Hi everybody, this is Christine Bertram and I'm coming to you live from the Hive on Monday afternoon. It's January 22nd today. I think we're officially well over halfway through the month and we're looking like we're winding down to 10 days left, you guys. I don't know what happened, but it's flying. So I spent a minute or two looking for my video and I found it, and the comments are up and I'm rocking and rolling and I see 20 of you are with me. Yay! So Patricia Settle, I tried calling you and I emailed you, and I hope that you find your kits in your box. So they were put in, a lot of you gals that got the winter creative escape, we put kits in there, or this class was actually mailed out before the escape. So you'd have to look to see once where they are, Patricia. I show that I have a check mark next to your name, and I show that I sent you the PDF. So you're definitely on my list. I can always resend the email if you can't find it, but I'm very hopeful, fingers crossed, that you get your kits either in the package with the escape or if it was mailed out before. You guys, we were really productive in early January. We kitted this class out back, I think, on January 4th, along with the monthly class, and they were mailed out then, like that Friday. So Patricia would be in a set from that, like a mailing that week, or the boxes that went out on the 16th. Some of you got them mailed out in the boxes on the 16th. So hopefully that makes sense. And I also sent you a screenshot that said that I emailed you the PDF. So sometimes they get lost. Sometimes people have told me that when they open up emails, sometimes they disappear. And I think that's a setting that you have in your email that kind of makes it vanish. That is a setting. And I've had a few people that have said that they've lost emails after they open them up. So they're usually somewhere though. They're around. They don't just like up and vanish. So, all right. Hi, Susan Bellamy from Florida. Hi, Barbara Godby. Hi, Randy. And there's Annette. Yay. Hi, Linda Hunt and Karen, and Patricia's there. Yay. Hi, Jenna. Jenna, your package of cards arrived today. So you guys, I'm doing my showcase for what's coming up in February on Wednesday afternoon. And Jenna sent her cards to me so that she can share, so I can share her cards with you as well. So Jenna, they arrived today's mail. Yay. Hi, Sarah Mitchell. Hi, Connie. Hi, Faye. Faye, I just emailed you the PDF as well. Hi, Susan Ray Hendricks. Hi, Lisa Spacek. Hi, Randy. Randy, your scavenger hunt came today. You guys, the mail's been crazy. And then there's Donna's here. Yay. Hi, Deanna Stell. Hey, Sharon Smith. And then Linda Hunt. Yay, Lynn Beasley. And then got the email and did get the 2 kits, Be Mine and Lavender. I'll recheck the box. Okay, so Patricia, when I sent you the email, in my head, I thought that your kits were mailed with the box. But you were signed up for this class way beginning of the month. So you would have had this one in your package that got mailed out on January 4th, not in the escape box. So it makes sense that all you had was the Be Mine and the lavender, the IPS. So it would have been your package that came on like the 4th, that mailed out on the 4th. Hi, Holly. And you got the PDF. Yay. Hi, Judy Sharp. Hi, Sherry Martin. All right. There's Barbara Rudolph. Hi, Jean Jurtis. Hi, Hildy. Hi, Karen Stagg. And Faye got the PDF too. You guys, I try. Diane has been over since this morning. We worked on designing cards this morning. So for the last 3 hours, we've been designing cards. We got 3 cards designed. Yay! Not a class completely finished in its entirety, but we got 2 of the fun folds designed, and we got 1 of the monthly class. So yay, that's 3. I'll share them with you. Of course, I'll share them with you. And so when I'm designing, I'm not in my emails. And so I feverishly got through like maybe 7 emails after she left and before we went live. So you guys, keeping up on the emails is my thing to do. So what else? I'm going to do roll call as long as I have you guys here. There's a lot. 59 people have signed up for this class already, and I have 1 kit left waiting in the wings for somebody. Before I offer it, oh, thanks, Patricia, for checking your messy craft room. I love it. So what do you call a messy craft room? So if you have a messy desk, you call it your mesk. So if you have a messy craft room, what do you call a messy craft room? I'm wondering, a crafter math, right? So definitely check. Let me know what you find out, because I have you marked with a check mark next to your name. So I'm very fingers crossed, praying that you find your kit. I have 59 accounted for and already out to people. I have 1 left. And that 1 is just hanging out until I make sure that I didn't miss signing somebody up. So that does happen. And so when I get down to the last one, I like to like hang on to it just for a moment. So we'll do roll call really quick. For Let's Just Stamp Detailed Dogwood. First, we have Jenna Helms, yay, Donna Grushke, Sandy Wicklander, Sherry Everett, Karen Woods, Shirley Malarkey, Karen Wetstein, Pat Fleming, Kate Race, Cheryl Thomas, Nedra Dover, Susan Ray Hendricks, Angel McClendon, Jeannie Parker, Leslie McMinn, Gwen Petrashek, Janice Ormiston, Vera Anderson, Julie Bierschbach, Brenda Cottrell, Deanna Stell, Jean Terwilliger, Mary Lemke, Debbie Gast, Lisa LaFramboise, Sherry Martin, Susan Bellamy, Pauline Mays, Annette Rollin, Amy Ponce, Patty Wright, Lynn Beasley, Joanne Kahn, Laura Sullivan, Linda Scott, Linda Hunt. My Lindas always sign up for stuff right up back to back. It's amazing. Marcia Dean, Carol Selinsky, Connie Moore, Mary Jo Stoll, Mary Carls, Barbara Godby, Angela Knutson, Sharon Davis, Judy Bobo, Mary Sykes, Kat Birch, Frances Rodriguez, Karen Cotton, Patricia Saddle, Pat Lee, Elaine Rebeck, Christy Wiltshire, Cheryl Gramlich, and this is Cheryl's first class. Yay, Cheryl, I'm so excited for you. Gina Dumoulin, I think, Jean Jurdis, Kathy Dolly Nagari, Faye Godby, myself. I had to save a set of kits for myself so that I had something to put together with you guys. And so, again, that was 59 people lifts it off. And so, again, there could be one more that gets the last kit. And you guys, what I would say is if you don't get emails from me, what you could do is sign up to my emails, and usually within like 2 to 3 days, I send a thank you email to anybody and everybody who registered for this class with me. And in that email, I usually say if I have 1 kit left or 5 kits left or multiple kits left. And like in a couple days when I send the thank you out, if you want to just watch for that and you see that there's 1 left, that you could reach out to me. You show 23, Debbie Gast. Oh, you're talking to Barbara Goldberg. You show 23. Got it. I was like, I don't know what that means. 44 watching. Only 3 thumbs up. Oh, Barbara Godby. Perfect. She's calling out for everybody to hit the thumbs up. I really appreciate that. Very, very good. All right, let's grab my kits here as well. And let's see if I have everything in here. So when we kit up cards, there's some that, like the very last one is usually the one that is maybe missing this die cut or needing this or doing that or needing that. Hi, Sonia Wells. It happened to Christina Heiser this past weekend. She was here for the monthly class and her kit was just missing one of the red die cuts, but we always save that for an in-person person so that it gives me time to go back and do it, or during class I can always do it if it's like a wait till the last minute thing. Well, this one has some Post-it notes on it, so I'm curious what's missing from my kits, and we'll see once as we go. So, all right, but let's flip this down, you guys. Oh, I gotta show you too real quick. Hang on. I almost forgot to put my board there. So the sale-a-bration board number 5. You guys, if you didn't catch it on Saturday, we did a drawing for board number 4. And Shirley Malarkey was the winner for board number 4. So she'll get a $25 gift certificate. Debbie Gast, you have one too. And Donna Grushke. Those were the last 3 people. And so I'll be reaching out to you guys, or reach out to me. Let me know what you'd like for $25 worth of product, which is awesome. We have 4 more open spots. So if any orders come in today, or I have class tonight, I have some orders that are going to potentially come in for class, we will do a drawing for this board number 5 tonight, which is awesome. So, and then, you know what that means? We start board number 6. That's how that goes. Hi, Frances Rodriguez. I had to refresh the other day to update the likes. Oh, yes, very good. Hi, Mary Lemke. That's exactly what happens. Like my phone right now shows 53 people that are watching and only 12 likes. And now that I hit the like button, now it says 13. So yay. Sometimes the phone needs to catch up. And Barbara's is still showing 3. That's how it goes. Yep. Technology can be crazy for sometimes. So, all right. I just wanted to share with you guys, this is Leslie Wheeler's. I was in the process of getting a lot of these mailed out in the last week too. This is the Stamp-a-Stack that's coming up in a couple weeks. It's the Garden Meadow Stamp-a-Stack. And there's 12 different cards, and a bunch of you are already signed up. I think about 40 of you are already signed up, but we're planning for 48. We made 48 kits up. So I have about 8 more spots, and you'll make all of these beautiful cards. And you'll get, in your kit, I just wanted to show you what you get. You get the roll of ribbon. You'll get the little dragonflies and birds. You get a full pack of the designer series paper. You'll get the 12 envelopes and all the card kits to make the fob. There's 12 5x7 cards. So it's super cool. So I got this one's for Leslie Wheeler. I'll be mailing that out to her very, very soon, like this week. And so I wanted you guys to know that I have about 8 left for that class, in case anybody would still like to get signed up for it. It is a product-based class. It includes those 3 full products, and you would get that shipped in a priority bubble mailer. Oh, one left here. I also wanted to share with you guys that I have 2 of these left at the moment. Be Mine, and then all of this is the DSP sampler, where you get the 8.5x11 sheet, and you get all your little baggies here, and you glue all your pieces on for your designer series paper sampler. So I have 2 of those left. And in case anybody was interested in that, just reach out to me. Okay, so far so good. And then I have this sitting here too. You guys, we did a double whammy, double header with the kit class on Friday. We made 16 cards in about an hour and maybe 15 minutes. And so these were it was the Panda and Friends, and then the Rock Legend, the kit classes, or the kits that we did last week. So that was Friday. In case you missed that class, you can always catch up and watch that one. They were really easy cards to make. And now you guys are excited. Hi, Jean Maxwell. This is what we worked on today. So monthly class is going to feature Stippled Roses, which is a new bundle in the catalog. The embellishments aren't on yet, okay? Got everything ready except for the embellishments aren't on yet. Let's see if I move this over a little bit. There we go, so we're centered. So Linda Hound oh, perfect. Linda wants a sampler. Awesome. I will hold one of those for you. So with this, I noticed that this ribbon does not like to stay nice. It frays a little bit easier than other ribbons. And so we have to be careful not to keep fraying it. So this is the monthly class that's coming up in February. It's going to feature Stippled Roses. And how we designed it is that it's 2 coordinating colors. Like either you'll get the Pool Party Crumb Cake, or you would get the Calypso Coral with Gray Granite. And so it's either one or the other for yours. Oh, Carol in Littlewood. Yes, you can get a sampler as well. And I'll be honest with you guys. I know I said I have 2 left, but I have 8 more ready to go, where all I have to do is print off the white cardstock. I've got all the little baggies made up. My brother and I actually kitted for 72, but we only kitted up 56. And then in terms of like full kits, but we bagged up the other 16 to all we have to do is print off white sheets and put them in. So I know Carolyn and Linda want those too. If I get more people interested in the DSP sampler, all I have to do is have my gal that does my printing print off the white cardstock, and I could accommodate more people. So don't think that the 2 are officially like the last. I can make more like super easy, okay? So don't hesitate in case there are more people that want them. I can make that happen. So, all right. So then this is monthly for February. So Stippled Roses. The other ones are, oh, I'm glad you like them, Hildy. So this is going to be one or the other, right? You don't get both of these. It's like a dual combo, like you can get one or the other. And in your kit, you're just going to get one randomly. We don't like necessarily pay attention to who gets what color. It does feature a very big focal image. And so this is from the Stippled Roses. So if you don't have the Stippled Roses, what other big flower could you use? I know there's plenty out there, and it wouldn't even have to be a flower, but the flower would match the flower paper really nicely. So that's Stippled Roses, one of the monthly. The other one is going to be Wild Ferns, and then the other one is going to be Delicate Forest. Hi, Becky. Hi, Lisa. Oh, you're putting your sampler together right now. I love it. Okay, and then you guys, we worked on the sale-a-bration Hoorah Rah, which is the end of February, and that is a Fun Folds class. And so if you watched me last week, you would know that Carissa did the Share, Create, Inspire with this whale, and then I did a balloon card, and then what we did is we cased the layout to do a fun fold for you guys, and we made it more into a wedding card. So it's here's, but honestly, you guys could do whatever you wanted. It doesn't have to be a wedding. You're gonna have a label here that you can put whatever you want, and the background is embossed, and then you open up this way, and we've got adoring hearts is kind of what we mixed in here. And so we've got some of the gold most adored paper. So we made this into a really pretty wedding card. And Donna Grushke and Jean Maxwell, you will know that I scored this per your suggestion last week. I scored it versus cutting it in half. So it's just folded. All right, so this will be one of your fun folds for the sale-a-bration Hoorah. Hi, Fran. Hi, Becky. And Annette would take if I still have it. Okay, so Annette, send me a quick text and just say, hey, if you still have one of the extra Let's Just Stamp, that you would get it. You would be first on my list to get it. So yeah, I still have to put embellishments on, you guys. But other than that, it looks kind of like a little maybe plain on the outside, but there's a little bit of texture back here. But when you open it up is when it's like, boom, so pretty. Okay, so that's one of your fun folds. Gotta just keep sharing this stuff with you guys. And then the other fun fold was a card I got from Julie Bierschbach that I cased. And this one features that hummingbird from Thoughtful Expressions again. And so if you don't have it, what else could you work on? Connie Moore's working on her fun fold right now. I love it, you guys, because you still have time to enter into the drawing that I have for that till you have till tomorrow night. So we've just got a little sentiment and some background on here. And so this is one that opens this way, and then it opens this way. And so that's your fun fold, a second fun fold. And then we're gonna case, Judy Sharp sent a toolbox card. And then we have one more that I'm casing a card from Anna Rebedu, the layout of it. I love casing layouts, you guys, and giving you cards with current product, which is awesome. Hi, Vicky Rodriguez. So this, again, is sale-a-bration Hoorah. It's going to help us say good night, like sayonara, goodbye to the sale-a-bration. So these are those two. And then in case you guys missed it, we have the so right now we're doing Let's Just Stamp. In a moment, we're going to start making cards. And we already have Let's Just Stamp for next month ready for you guys and all designed. It features Hooray for Surprises. So here's one card. Oh, that's just the recipe card. I gotta embellish, you guys. Like, we get the card made and then we have to go back and always embellish. And so this is one of your cards. And so again, the only focal image here is this heart. And if you don't have the heart, what could you put on it? Right? So everything else is generally die cut, embossed for you. Unless it's a focal image. Like for this case, you guys will get a piece of white paper and then you'd have to stamp it and then die cut it. We got this one done for you as well. This is the other one of the second from the Let's Just Stamp for next month. You'll need a flower or something over on the side. But otherwise, the scoring's done. All the paper is cut for you. Hi, Carmen Sanders. Hi, Diane Bogenhagen. You guys, we make it really simple for you to make really pretty cards. All right, and that's this one. Whoop. And then the last one for next month, Let's Just Stamp, features the same stamp set, a Hooray for Surprises. We made a little fun fold for you though, and it features the strawberry with petal pink from the Sunny Days Designer Series paper. So it's not a fun folds class, but one of the cards in this Let's Just Stamp for next month is a fun folds. And so we get to try this new little, it's not a new layout, but I haven't done, but maybe once or twice in my 5 years we've done this layout for a card. So, all right, so now you guys saw what Let's Just Stamp for next month. And then the other class that we have designed for you already for February's Ink, Paper, Scissors. Hi, Catherine Healy. So you guys can already get signed up for this class. This is my favorite card. So this is Ink, Paper, Scissors for the month of February. And that's designer paper, so you don't have to worry about having a stamp for that. That's the paper. Hi, Patty Wright. Hi, Brenda Lovelace. All right. What is the fun fold group you just showed? Love them. I will come back to them here. So here's another one. That's the designer paper you guys will get in your Ink, Paper, Scissors kit. So you'll need a sentiment. Again, that's embossed vellum, very pretty. And then the last one is this guy. So you would need some sort of flowers if you want to put flowers up there. All right, so that's Ink, Paper, Scissors, you guys. I'll be showing off all of these on Wednesday during the showcase again, but sometimes you don't always see everything all the time. So it's always good for me to share stuff with you so that you have it handy. Brenda Lovelace asked about these fun folds again. So this is the sale-a-bration Hoorah class. You guys, people were asking me, they're like, "Ooh, you have a really light February." I'm like, hi, Carmen Melendez. I'm like, no, I don't really. But when you go and look at my calendar, you guys, at the moment, if you go look at my calendar, it's empty. It's going to look like that, like all those squares. Hi, Mimi Henley. Hola, amiga. it's going to look like this when I'm done. But right now, I have time for some things, but not all the things all the time. My goal when I go to my trip this weekend is to get my next 3 months of all my core classes in. So if you're wondering where you can find my classes, you go to the resources tab and go to the January through June schedule, and a PDF will open. And what you can do is go into this document. This will share with you or show you where everything is. Like it'll have the monthly class for February, when the sweet class for February is, when mystery is, when paper pumpkin is, when ink paper scissors, when let's just stamp, when Rose's technique classes. All of this document here is everything basically through May. It has the dates. So this is my core document that I'm using right now for you guys to make sure you know when dates are. And then just know that my calendar on my website will be updated accordingly when I have a moment to do it. So this is called the Sale-a-bration Hoorah Raw class, Brenda, and it's listed in the extras in February. Okay, so there you go. Let's just gently tuck these guys in here so that I can take them right back upstairs. After class today, after we're done today, we're going to finish off the last 2 monthly cards and continue to work on the fun folds that we have and get those done. And then tomorrow the goal is to make the toolbox, or the trusty tool. Hey, that's extra here. The trusty tools is the sweet class for next month. So our goal is to get that done tomorrow. And then that leaves one class left, the memories and more class. And I'm contemplating, do I push and get that done, or do I breathe and push that class out to March? And so I'm contemplating on the memories and more class, if I'm gonna look for a date in March for it or keep it February. It just depends, you guys. Oh, life is busy. Life is good busy. All right, so you guys, when you get a class for me, they come in envelopes like this. They don't have Post-it notes on them usually, but they have Post-it notes on mine because that means something's missing from the kit probably. So we'll see what I'm missing. But the slip here is important for you guys to keep when you get a class like this. We have your name at the top, hi so-and-so. And then Kelly, hi Sherry Everett. Kelly started to write the actual name here for me so that you guys don't have to read our chicken scratch. And so then you have it nicely typed, and then we handwrite your name. And this is important to keep because it has the name of the class. And if you have the name of the class, I like to just remind people that if you go to my website, so like go back to the website, and you pick a class that, like, let's say you missed class on January 4th. Like it says here, catalog launch, spring mini catalog fun folds on 1/4. You could go to 1/4 here, and I have a link here to the YouTube. So you could easily find the YouTube video just by going to the date on my calendar, on my events calendar. So you click on here, and that takes you right into the YouTube, so you could rewatch it or watch it for the first time easily. All right, so that's a little trick with this slip. Also, it would also give you the name in case you need to search your email for the PDF tutorial. Hi, Rose, Artemis. I missed the fun fold too. So busy, almost have to. Yes, take a minute to breathe, right? It's always good to breathe. All right, so the 3 cards that we're going to do today are these 3. When Diane Bogenhagen and I do this class, we try to not use the die cutting machine. We try to do a class that involves like a scissors, stamps, ink, no embossing. Generally, maybe we might throw in some embossing every now and then, but generally no die cutting. So all of this is actually fussy cut. So we're going to do a little fussy cutting. We want to show you that you can make beautiful handmade cards without having to invest in a die cutting machine. Especially if you're a beginner, you might not have the funds to invest, or you're not sure if you're going to want to spend money doing this hobby or this craft. And so you might not want to potentially get it, but how can you make some cards without necessarily investing in dies and embossing machine and all that good stuff? So that's why this class kind of came to be. So when you get your kits from me, everything for a specific card is in the envelope. And what we're going to do is we're going to do that one last because I like that. We're going to start with this balmy blue one, I think. So everything that you need for the actual card is in the kit. So always double check to make sure that you have your envelope emptied out. And for this one, you should have a little ribbon here. Oh, that's why this one is like this. So I don't know if I made, I know why, because I got to make you guys a bow. So you will have your bows made for you. Whenever there's a bow like that, I make them, or Chris Dudorenki sometimes helps me make the bows. And so, but we left this as a whole strip in here so you guys can see the bow maker in action, how awesome it is. You'll have a 6-inch strip here for that section. So there's that. And then in your kit, you'll have a flirty flamingo. I'm going to flip it this way because it's really like that. Okay, you'll have your little gems, these, so don't lose them. There are 3 little iridescent pearls in your kit. And then your top piece here is the top piece. It's bigger, right? So just be careful. I'll talk about that in a second. You have your 3, like your little panels here. So 1, 2, 3. And then you have this layering here. This is your inside. For Let's Just Stamp, we loved a double mat. And so if you're uncertain of which one goes where, this white piece mats really nicely on the inside of the Flirty Flamingo, where this white piece is the exact same size as the Flirty Flamingo. So you want to make sure that you save this for your outside piece and then these for your inside pieces. And then you do want to take a bone folder and burnish them. So people ask, well, do I need a bone folder? Well, I don't know. Do you have something else you could use in place of it? Because there are other things you could use in place of it. But I've had your bone folders last forever. And so it's nice to give it a nice crisp edge on the edge here. I'm repeating words, I feel like. It's nice to use the bone folder to crispen up the edge to make it nice and smooth versus rolled. All right, so let's do some stamping. In this one, we used some Balmy Blue ink here. We also used Flirty Flamingo, and I believe we used gray. It was a smoky slate. That's the lighter gray. So we want to grab that. And what we're going to do is stamp. Oh, I don't know if I pulled that out actually. Nope, I left it in there. Huh. Okay, stamp sets featured are Detailed Dogwood. This is one of the free sets you get during Sale-a-bration. It's free with a $100 purchase. Okay, so Detailed Dogwood. And then Heartfelt Hellos is also a free with $50 purchase. So it's also a Sale-a-bration item. And what we're talking about is this little catalog right here. And with $50 or $100 purchases, you get free things that you can pick out of this catalog. And we featured the Flight and Airy designer paper with all 3 of these cards. So you can see here, like there's a pinkish one. Maybe we didn't use, yeah, we did. It's this, I'm having a hard time figuring out which one it is. You know, it's hard to tell. But this one right here is definitely this bottom piece here. The brown one is used over on this card. And that pink one, it's like, it's that one right there, but it's really hard to tell because it doesn't look as pink in the picture. And then this is the Heartfelt Hellos, and then I might have said hexagons. And then here's the Detailed Dogwood. So that's where you guys can pick this product from to get it for free. Let me just grab a block really quick. And get this guy on a block. All right, so we stamped him in a light gray. And on the inside, we have a little bit of foliage going on. Okay, so this guy first. So they say that you can use these glass mats and just clean up after yourself, I guess. So we're gonna go straight onto this and go like that. Oh man, look how dark that is. Oh, wow. That's too dark, hang on. So, there's a chamois that comes with this, and you know, it's buried somewhere in my pile of stuff. But you guys, that's way too dark. So what you're gonna wanna do is if you have a little bit juicier ink pad, you're gonna wanna stamp off at second strength. So stamp off, and then what you're gonna use is the little bit lighter version of it. So that's what we're gonna do. So wow, that was really dark. It almost looks like basic gray, but it's not, it's smoky slate. So I'm gonna definitely flip this side over and we're gonna try that again and see once if we can make it a little bit lighter. All right. Rose, buying from which company? Stampin' Up! If you're asking which brand of products, I represent Stampin' Up! I'm a demonstrator with Stampin' Up! So all of the products that I'm using for you today are Stampin' Up! Brand. So this is your little flower that's gonna go there. Whew, that was really dark. That caught me by surprise. All right, then we need to stamp On the inside, this is actually garden green. And we used, we brought in a sentiment. You guys want to guess where that sentiment's from? I'm going to go grab it. But for those that did the Winter Creative Escape with me, you might recognize that stamp set, or that stamp. That stamp, Happy Birthday, it comes from a set called Beach Day. So we can use that. There is no birthday in the heartfelt hellos. So we're going to grab this Happy Birthday here. And we're going to stamp that in Balmy Blue. And we just re-inked our Balmy Blue because we used it a lot for blending this last week. So we're going to stamp Happy Birthday here. See, that's good at first strength. We're going to leave Balmy Blue open because we need it for the front. And then we're going to grab here Garden Green. And there's a stamp in here that looks like little leaves. That also is going to need to be stamped off. So if you have your scrap sheet here, I still am going to put that underneath here just because it's easier to do. Now I have to clean it up. I'll put that right there. All right, so we've got a little leaf in there. And in the corner and on the side here, we have some Flirty Flamingo. Is it Flirty Flamingo? Yes, it's Flirty Flamingo. It sounded weird for a moment. Flirty Flamingo splatters, okay? On the front here, we also have some splatter going on. So we're gonna do that in a second. For now though, you guys, you know what I just did? Did anybody catch what I just did? I stamped the top with this stuff, right? So that happens. It sure does, you guys. So we're okay though. We're gonna grab our Happy Birthday. Did anybody else just do that? Okay, so we got Happy Birthday. So the second time is always good too, right? And then we're gonna grab the Garden Green back. I really hadn't cleaned any stamps anyways. I'm gonna do that over there. And we're gonna put this there. So now we're back on track. Okay. Now we don't get to make any mistakes on this one though. We have a sentiment, enjoy your day, that goes down here in Balmy Blue. And, Annette Guest Beach Days, good job. I'm going to practice on the back side. So yes, I know that this isn't the right side, but I want to just make sure my stamp stamped straight. It looked good. Now I'm going to flip it over and put this in the bottom right-hand corner and cross my fingers that it's straight. It's good enough. Perfect. Okay. So that's it for the stamping part, but we want to pull out Flirty Flamingo. If you guys have never stellaed and splattered ink, like this is a treat. I love to do this. My friend Gina Bulow taught me how to do this. You take and put your ink on a block. I don't like to get Stella juice all over in here, so definitely just put it on a block. That'll save you some heartache later if you don't want glitter in your stuff. I have an aqua painter or water pen, like water painter, and I just put a drop of it onto the block just to help get some hydration on there. You could, if you have a really juicy Stella pen, you could just do it with your Stella pen, but I never have a really juicy Stella pen. Just for some reason in my life, Stellas don't do that for me. So what we're gonna do is grab a bigger sheet of paper here and use this as, look at here. Here's a Stella splatter sheet. So we're gonna take these two pieces plus this guy, and we put the Stella pen into the like Flirty Flamingo ink watery substance over here. And what we're gonna do, I'm gonna zoom in just a little bit so you guys can hopefully see this. I have it in my Stella, the tip here, and what I do is I hold my bone folder or a scissors, and you're just going to lightly tap. And this one, I'm trying to get it along the bottom. What this does is it takes the white space, which is very void and sometimes stark, and it fills it in just enough that you don't feel like it's so white. And so I don't know if you guys can see this, but what that did is put little pink splatters all over, and I've got it on the inside so it matches as well. And then I have it on here, and it just kind of like adds color to a white surface. And then what you want to do, so there's Stella in there's Flirty Flamingo ink in there, and I don't want to accidentally color something. So instead of wasting it and wiping it out on the white paper, I think I'm just going to go around the edge of my Flirty Flamingo mat here and try to wipe out as much as I can on there. So I Stellaed basically the border of it. And then when I go to wipe out over here, there's not as much pink and I'm not wasting it. All right, so the colored pencils were used for this one. And there's blue. So I have the old colored pencils and I have the new ones. There's a balmy blue in here. And it doesn't look like balmy blue. It actually looks darker. But it does say balmy blue on there. And there's also one that's called garden green. And that's what we used for coloring the flowers in. Flower. So let's grab. Hi, Polly Libby. I'm glad you like the splatters. So we went with garden green because the other green in there on these two pieces of designer paper are garden green. So I'm going to lightly color the stems and the stalks of this with the colored pencil. And then for the flowers, we did go for blue. You could definitely do Flirty Flamingo too. There's a Flirty Flamingo colored pencil in there. And so you could color them pink if you want. We just liked the blue because there was blue flowers on the designer series paper. So once you color the colored pencils, once you use them, there's also something called a blender pen. And a blender pen is what you use to smooth out the colored pencil. So what's really cool about this glass mat that you can get free in your starter kit during sale-a-bration if you want to join Stampin' Up, it's smooth. And so when you use colored pencils, it doesn't create like lines because of how smooth the glass mat is. So they're very soft. The colored pencils give it a really soft look. And when you use a blender pen here, it really smooths it out even more and just makes it pop a little bit better. So I'm going to do all the blue first, and then I just like to take it and flip it over, get the blue out, and then can kind of run your blender pen over the green to smooth that out. And that's it for the coloring. So blender pens come 3 to a pack, and they are in the annual catalog. Okay, so I think we're at a point where we can start assembling. And we can't get too glue happy because we have some ribbon. You got to be aware of the ribbon here. And you might not know exactly where to put the ribbon. So what we're going to do is, instead of guessing, I'm going to show you how I would do this. So we can do a couple glue things though. We're going to glue, well, actually more than a couple. We're going to do 4. We're going to do these few things here. So the big fat bird is going to get glued down. Sorry, little guy. And then this one. And then this one. Okay. So there is a tutorial for this class too. You guys, I write PDF tutorials for every class that I do. Oh, I see that's a little slightly crooked. Hang on. So if you guys catch anything, it's good to like do a pre-mat just before you go to cut it, before you go to glue it, because you could potentially trim things if you want to. I think I'm going to do that on these. Just a hair. So let me grab my cutter really quick. I want just a little bit more of a pink border, so I'm just going to, yep, I got glue on them, but that's okay. My trimmer here. Oh, hold that. So that will be helpful here. So if you guys, one of the good habits to get into is pre-fitting your paper that you're gluing together before actually putting glue on it. so that you can always trim it if necessary. So it helps to not have the glue on it. So let's just get this guy, otherwise you get gluey fingers. That one, I wanted that just a hair. Just a hair. There, that's better for me. Okay, and then this one, I'm going to trim him just a little bit as well. There, that should be better. It's very sticky because it started to dry. Okay, so again, my advice is always to put your pieces up to each other before you put the glue on, just to see if anything needs to get trimmed or not. When we cut your papers for you, my big paper cutter upstairs, it tapers it ever so slightly. So somebody on the top might have a little bit bigger of a margin than somebody who gets the bottom piece. And it's generally, it works out okay. It's just, it's always good, like what you saw I just did. If I would have glued them as is, I would have had a little less pink, but I wanted more pink so I could trim it off, and then it worked out good. Hi, Sharon Land. Okay, then this one will get glued on the inside. So let's go ahead and do that. So open up the Balmy Blue. Now you can really see why we love to do the double matting. I don't do it on every class. We do double matting always on ink, paper, scissors, and Let's Just Stamp. And we generally don't on the monthly class or the suite class. So just so you know that, it's something that we just do in half the classes, because it actually adds a lot more paper and weight to it. Especially when we're kitting up 96. That would be 24 more sheets of paper. But I would definitely agree that it adds to the card. But it doesn't mean you guys couldn't grab out another piece of cardstock and then add your own mat if you want. So what I did is I put the dimensionals down, and I'm only going to pick off, let's just see here. I'm going to put those back on because to me, when I look at that, this is going to be the top for me. This one, I'm picking off just the top again. And then this one, let's see, that's the top. I'm picking just the tops off, all right? And what we're gonna do is kind of lay these down where we think they're gonna go. And because we're not gonna press them down very hard, it gives us wiggle room to like pick them up. See, I don't have a lot of room on that side, so I think I'm gonna have to move them over. So we're just seeing a little bit of white and a little bit of white. And then we can get this guy. Oh, those are really sticky glued dimensionals. Wow, I hardly even pushed down on them. It's okay, we're just gonna set that right about there. Okay, so we've got the panel. Now, we didn't pick off the bottom of the dimensionals because now that will allow us to slip our ribbon down. So take off the backs of that tear and tape, and this variegated Balmy Blue ribbon is blue on the bottom or the top. I guess it depends on how you hold it, but I want it on the bottom. So now I can pick this up. Because I didn't take those dimensionals off, it's going to allow me to kind of slip this ribbon underneath here, and I'm going to get to maneuver it now where I want it to go. And I'm trying to get that little bit of blue exposed, flip that tail down, and then flip that tail down. All right, so now we've got the ribbon where we want it. If these weren't down, we would have have to guess where to put it. And then what we're gonna do is grab a couple more pieces of tear and tape and put them over the top. You guys, I call that my tear and tape sandwich. The ribbon is getting sandwiched between two pieces of tear and tape. It really helps to hold it down. And then this now can get glued onto the front. Like that. All right. And then now these, you could pick this up and grab the two dimensionals off. pick this one up, pick that off, and then this last guy. And now that's how I would do that. Okay, the bow maker, you guys, in case anybody's still looking for bow makers, I just got like 30 some of them in. The person who I used to babysit for makes them for me. He enjoys doing it. And it's awesome. You can make whatever size bow you want. And this one, it's about that big. So that's where I'm going to leave these. And I'm going to just take this ribbon. This is about as much as I use for each of yours. And it crisscrosses, and this is actually the front, but it's the back of the bow. This goes up and over and then back under, and now you make an overhand knot. And the trick is, as you are tightening the knot, I go down and to the left and to the right as I pull my tails, and so then my tails will look nice. Because I did a video on how to make bows. It was like 23 minutes long on different ways to make bows, double bows, triple bows, two-sided ribbon, one-sided ribbon, it's out there in the Facebook, and it's in the YouTube land that you can find it. And just look under Cards by Christine, Tip Tuesday, bow maker. All right, so now you've got a cutesy little bow, but for you guys, you already had yours made in your kit for you. Hi, Cheryl Williams. Thanks so much. I'm gonna take a glue dot, and I'm gonna put that glue dot right there. But because this ribbon isn't plastered down onto here, I actually am going to take one more glue dot, and I'm gonna just put it right underneath my ribbon. And so that will now secure the ribbon so it won't be flippy floppy all over. And then you're gonna set that into the bow. Now, if you need to add more glue dots, like let's say your tails are going wonky, you can always put a glue dot underneath here to help hold this down. So like I would take this glue dot and I can put it right about there, and then you can kind of set that into it. They always said that I used a lot of glue dots on my bows, but I like my bows to look perfect. So that helps to hold, the glue dots will help hold that down. And then grab your ribbon scissors, and you can trim that one. I always wait and trim my tails of my ribbon once it's on my card so that it's less touching the tails. And then in your kit, you guys had your 3 little gemsies. They were iridescent pearls. So you got a big and a small. So you definitely want to use that combination I did on the side here. You can put them wherever you want, you guys, honestly. It's just where I would recommend. And then the other one we put right there. And hopefully you guys can find your gems in your kit. That goes there. We've already used Stella. You could add more Stella to your card, though, if you wanted. You could always Stella any of these flowers because the designer paper won't bleed. Thanks for liking and sharing, Patty, right? You could also Stella your ribbon. You have to be careful that you still don't have Flirty Flamingo in here, though, because Flirty Flamingo will go all over the place. All right, I'm good with that. And so the other thing you could do is you could dry fit before you add glue. So I know a bunch of you gals watch the video before you put your cards together so that you learn what to do versus doing it right with me and then seeing how I've put things together. What you could do, I'm gonna call this out because I do see it. These panels are slightly smaller in comparison, like, because you can see the white through the edges of here, where on this one, it was a little bit closer together. Like the pink is closer that you can't see the white down there. So for those that need to put your cards together, thanks, Linda Hunt, you could just let it be, or you could always trim like a hair more of the DSP and then the Flirty, and then a hair more of the white and the Flirty, and a hair more of the DSP and the Flirty. And then you would get yourself a little bit more of a channel in here to see the white paper. But this looks fine the way it is too. Because in essence, you could have just had one piece of Flirty Flamingo that went on the back side versus having 3 panels if it is so close together. So just thoughts. Deep thoughts with Jack Handy. Okay, you guys remember that from Saturday Night Live? All right, 1 card. Finito, yay. All right, so if you guys missed it, these were what we did last week on Thursday. This was the monthly class, and so they were super cute. So you guys can go back and watch that video if you want. Whenever I do 3 card classes like Let's Just Stamp or the monthly class. I don't put those PDFs in my online tutorial store. It's just, it would be overfloweth with PDFs, but these are always available for purchase if anybody does want to get them. You just have to reach out to me, email me, text me, call me, and I can help you situate how to get them to you. Get it to you and then pay for it. They're $8 for the tutorial. Okay, so this one had a Post-it note on it. My mom wrote my name. We'll see what's going on with it. So, all right. You guys have gems in here. So you'll have some of these petal pink gems. They come with the pretty peacock. So these are the gems for the next 2 cards. So we have our base. Our base is pecan pie. Thanks, Patty Wright. Thanks, Annette Rollin. Dainty looking. Yes, it is very dainty. Thanks, Barbara. Thanks, Holly. Linda likes it too. Yay. I'm glad you guys like that one. So this is a horizontal card. So keep this in front of you horizontal to help you remember it. So you'll have a piece of peacock, which is your top for the outside. This piece right here that's next in your kit is for the stamping of your dogwood. All right, so let's just set that here. And then you'll have a piece of the peacock ribbon. It's so pretty. It does fray very easily though. My mom gave me the scrap here on the end. You have 4 inches. What you need to do is make an overhand knot like this. And then it just tie your little, you're just making a knot basically is what this is. And this knot is going to get just adhered with a glue dot when the time comes. So that's ready to go. So this piece is embossed, and like I mentioned, we don't generally emboss for these, but we do every time. Every now and then when it helps us, when we're getting creativity block and we're like, oh, this really needs to be embossed. Not everybody likes our crumple up technique, right? So we did decide and opted to emboss this for you. And this is also one of the sale-a-bration items. I can't remember what it's called. It's Softly Sophisticated or Softly Stippled. I'm not sure. Softly Sophisticated. It's $100, free with a $100 purchase. You get an embossing folder and you get the stamp set. We pulled in the embossing folder from here. So that's another little sale-a-bration item that you guys get to experience here in your kit. So it's really pretty. So that is matted onto this peacock piece like this. So that'll be at the front of your card. You have 2 of these pieces. And honestly, we had to use this embossing folder because it pretty much matches the designer series paper, like the same kind of pattern. So you guys have 2 pieces of designer paper. We definitely went with little strips versus giving you a whole mat because it just makes the designer paper go a lot longer. So that's there. You guys have a piece like this. This is for your label. And then you have your innards, your peacock, and oh, look at that. There's another ribbon in here. So that's interesting. All right, so then you have your peacock and your white, and that is for your inside. All right, so that's what we have stamped here. Now, we made this card a hello card. You could definitely, you guys are stamping whatever you want. You might not even have the dogwood. So my question for you guys, I love to ask, if you're not using detailed dogwoods, what stamp set are you using? And do you have any input for others that are doing this class to help them figure out what they could use if they don't have the detailed dogwoods? Pecan pie. You guys, I am loving pecan pie so much more than the soft suede. Soft suede was okay, but I love the warmth of this brown versus soft suede. Soft suede was fine, but this one's nicer for me. I like this one. So we did ink up our detailed dogwood stamp. This is like a focal image, what we call it. The focal image here is stamped in pecan pie. So that's here. All right, so let that sit for a moment. And then we have hello comes from that heartfelt hellos. Okay, so let's ink that up. And you know what I'm going to do? I have to cut off this at a slant here. So I'm going to stamp it maybe about a good middle finger width away, depending on how the width of your middle finger. But I'm going to go like right about here. See what that looks like. Hi, Deanna Sells. You may use Wonderful World. Oh, I love that idea. And then Debbie Gass said, beautifully happy has a big flower. Very good. Yep. Okay, perfect. So that's that. Beautifully happy and wonderful world. 1 second, you guys. Beautifully happy and perfect. Wonderful world. Wonderful world. Okay, so I just wanted to grab it in case anybody wants to see what these look like. Beautifully happy. This flower right here is perfect. So Debbie guessed that's that's awesome. You could definitely fit that on the scrap. That would go on the side there. Deanne had Wonderful World. I don't have that stamp set in the hive with me. It's in a box. I haven't merged it into my retired stamps yet. But you're right, Dion. Wonderful World would work too. That was a sale-a-bration item from last year. Jenna says I had to leave work. Did I miss? Nope, we're still working. We're still doing good here. That is done marinating. Okay. And then on the inside, we also have this stamp is part of the Detail Dogwood. So we're going to stamp that along the bottom edge. You guys, we try to pull in all of the stamps, or as many of the stamps in a set as we can. We try not to duplicate very much. Let's just ink this up then. I know Lynn Beasley says yummy pecan pie. It is. It kind of reminds me of baked brown sugar. You guys, I will let you know what I did this weekend. I had the assistance of an amazing lady named Tammy Sikolik. You may recognize her name. She is one of my die cutters. Oh, I did that too high. I want that down a little lower. She is one of the amazing die cutters that helps. And she has been putting a bug in my ear for the last how many months to clean my craft room, reorganize it, just find structure and like clean up the clutter. You guys, she took pictures of it. Hi, Pat Fleming. She took, oh, Donna said retired set Forever Blossoms. Yes, I definitely agree. Nope, we're only on the second card, Jenna. She spent 2 hours with me. So we had double header on Saturday and actually a triple header, you guys. I had a couple people over on Saturday to stamp their escape stuff. I had 4 people over for the Be Mine class, and I had 1 person who did the monthly class. So we had, and then I had Chris Duderenke here, and she was helping me address envelopes and stuff, you guys. So there was like 4 things everywhere going on. And after that, we re-inked all my ink pads that had been used for the escape. We just got things in order out here. And then Tammy came over at 2 o'clock. And from 2 o'clock until 5 o'clock, you guys, we just worked in my craft room and we got things situated. It's amazing. I have to take pictures of before. Tammy's got all the before pictures. I have to take after pictures. We worked yesterday from 10 o'clock until 5 o'clock. And that was 5, 6, 7 hours. So a total of 10 hours, both of us spent just working in the craft room, just not stamping, you guys, like not designing, but just getting things done that needed to get done. It feels so amazing to work in there now. I have a spot for my paper trimmer to be stationary on a desk, like right next to me, so I don't have to put it on the floor, bring it up, put it on the floor, bring it up, put it on the floor, bring it up. So it's a lot more convenient for designing and prepping stuff for card kits for you guys. All right, so that's the inside. And then, so needless to say, you guys know the drill. when I'm working on stuff like that, I'm not getting to the emails. So, but everything always gets caught up. We're going to do some more stamping or gluing here. So that's our inside, and we have 2 pieces of designer paper. But I'll tell you, when you get it all cleaned up and good, as long as you can keep it that way for a long time, that is the magic ticket. But wow, it felt amazing to get that stuff done. And then we used it right off the bat this morning. We were up there designing, getting stuff ready for card classes for you guys. All right, so this gets glued on here. So keeping the same distance on the top, bottom here, and the side. And then this one is going to go on this side. You don't have to worry about the pattern if it matches or not, because it's going to get covered up by this middle panel. So there's that. She is a great friend. Oh my gosh. You guys, I have a lot of Stampin' Up! Product from years. You guys, I've been using Stampin' Up! Products since I started crafting with stamps, like making cards in 2000. And we are really going to go through everything, and she's helping. So the room got cleaned out, but now a lot of stuff overflowed to, I call it my green room because the carpet is green. And now I have to like really categorize. Can I use this for a bingo? Can I use this for a door prize? Can I use this for a blast from the past new class series that I'm thinking about doing, where I might have 2 packs of designer paper and maybe I can make and design 3 or 4 cards, and then I only make 30 kits from it, and then it's called my, you guys, how do you like it? Blast from the past card class. Potentially another class, you know, it just all depends on timing though, right? How it can get filled into the schedule. But it would help me if I have 2 rolls of a ribbon and 2 packs of a designer paper to potentially make a class from it with the understanding, you guys, that it's retired product. You can't buy it anymore, but why can't I use it, right? So you guys, if that's hanging over the edge, just take your scissors and trim it off. I'd rather have it too long than too short, okay? So do you have a hive and a craft? Yeah. So I have, in my house, I have my craft room, you guys, and people ask me about this weekend. They're like, you don't design in your hive here, like this room over here? No, I have classes and I do my lives, but my space upstairs in my house is where I design, and that's where I feel really creative up there. And the artwork I have up there, it's a purple. You guys, you could guess, it's purple and tan, just like down here. But yeah, I do all my designing up there. It's only been a couple times that I've designed down here in the hive. When Diane and Carissa and I worked on Bright and Beautiful, ink, paper, scissors, we did that down here. And when Jennifer Merle Hampshire was here during one of the escapes, we designed that watercolor class that I did last April. We designed those cards down here. And it's weird because I don't have, like, not everything is around me. Upstairs, I have my papers, my ink, my cutter, my embossing folders, everything is in a circle. Like, I'm here and everything is around me and I can reach it all like very easily. All right, you guys watching what's happening here? I've been talking the whole time and not really telling you anything. So hopefully you're catching it all. So we need some colored pencils here. I feel like we use, oh man, Flirty Flamingo is this one. I'm hopeful Cherry Cobbler. Oh, there's Cherry Cobbler. Good, good. And then there is, you guys are never going to believe it, but there's a pecan pie. There is a pecan pie colored pencil in this pack right here. So what I did for the branches here is we used pecan pie. So kind of fill them in a little bit. You don't have to do a lot with pecan. There's not that much that needs it. That might be about it. All right, so that's easy enough. Flirty Flamingo, you have to be super, nope, I'm so sorry. I don't think this is Flirty Flamingo. I think it's actually Calypso Coral. Let's get rid of that and put Flirty Flamingo. I don't think it's Flirty Flamingo. No, that's too pink. It's where the magic happens, yay. All right, so we have here Calypso Coral. So you have to do a really, really light. I'm gonna zoom in just so you guys can see a little bit here. Calypso Coral has this hint of light petal pink to it. So that ties in very nicely with the pecan. And I'm only doing this middle section here. And then on this one, I'm doing a little bit as well. And this, just like the first half. You guys, I am not that familiar with dogwoods. I think Diane, didn't we Google? And we looked up on the Google what dogwoods look like, I think. I'm pretty sure we did. To kind of get an idea. And then this one, we're just doing a little bit down here. They kind of look like cherry blossoms to me. So then what we have is the cherry cobbler for the tips of the flowers. And that is a little bit darker, but it goes really nicely with Calypso Coral on this paper. All right, and then around the tips here, and then I've got the little tip action right there, and then on this flower as well. You guys can see that, yes. Okay, and then we'll do a little bit, I think cherry cobbler is probably one of my favorite colors too. All right, and then we have these two. So when you think you're done, just make sure you look it over really good to make sure you're not missing anything. And you don't have to be precise. You can leave little bits of white showing because when we use our blender pen, it's gonna all come together. And then over here, we've got a little there. All right, I did want to bring in some yellow. You could either do crushed curry or daffodil. So let's try the daffodil and put a little bit of yellow in the middle of some of these. Now, if you're a professional dogwood knower, you could look up or like know what colors it really is. This is just what we thought looked really nice on the card. All right, so then you need to have your blender pen, and you could do the yellow first. Just make sure you wipe it out really good so that you're not mixing the yellow in. And then what you're gonna do is go over the top of, I'm gonna go from the light and pull out to the dark so that my light stays lighter and that my dark stays over there darker. Okay, and you can also go over the dark a little bit within itself to blend that good. And that's something else you could do. You could go in circles here. You gotta be careful though, because you're using a solution-based blender pen. And if you keep going over where your ink is too much, it can get matted and distorted. And so I've done like the coral. Now I'm gonna go back and do the tips with the cherry cobbler. And as I'm doing that, I'm bringing it into the lighter pink a little bit. Cool. And then that guy right there. So that's how I would color those guys. Now, you're wondering, inquiring minds, so did you find the story of the dogwood tree? No, we did not go that far. But Jean Maxwell, can you enlighten us? Tell us a story of the dogwood tree so that we know. So you're asking yourself, well, what color green colored pencil would you use? Because there is no pretty peacock. You're correct, my friends. There is no pretty peacock. What is a girl to do? She's gonna have to go pull her pretty peacock ink pad. That's what she's gotta do. And she's gonna grab a block and dip her ink pad into the block, or vice versa, however you look at it. You're still gonna use the blender pen. And now, because you want soft, I mean, you guys could definitely use your blenders, your Stampin' Blends, that would be fine. But because this is so soft with colored pencils, I definitely want to keep that softness going. And so I'm going to use my blender pen and use a block with some ink. And it's kind of like with sponging. I go off the edge just a little bit. Otherwise, you might get that sharpness in that first spot that you hit on the paper. So it does take a little time to do this, but I think that this is the look that I was going for versus a blend, a Stampin' Blend, like the marker. And you're confusing probably because this is a blender pen, but they have something called Stampin' Blends in the actual peacock color, which you could use too. And that would work as well. But you're just trying to get your leaves, garden green would not have looked good. And old olive would not have looked good. Especially when we wanted to use that new peacock ribbon. Jean, the cross for Jesus was made with a dogwood tree. I don't know if I knew that. Well, very good. Oh, see, there we learned something. I gotta ask Tyler if he knew that. Tyler knows everything about Jesus and God. He was raised very religious, so he knows a lot about everything. Like, I could say to him something and he'd be like, yep, I know. And I'm like, okay. So I was raised Catholic, but I feel like they didn't teach us anything when it was all said and done. It was not as in-depth as he had for his education. So I like knowing that now. Gene, and I'm going to ask Tyler if he knows that. Okay, let's see here. Clean out that blender pen so that you don't have your peacock ink going somewhere where it shouldn't be. All right. Now, I'm not going to get rid of this. There's a lot of ink going on here, and we need it for the next card. So I'm just going to set that off to the side and hope I don't get anything in it. All right, so there's that. Now, it's okay that I did all of my marking off over here. And Laura, you even told, I saw on the Facebook post that you were going to be able to watch the live today. And so a little tardy, but that's okay. Jennifer, so thanks for, yes, while you're in the hospital again. Yes, Jennifer, lots of hugs and prayers coming your way while you're recovering. So you guys, I don't have a Vanna White here, so you get to watch me fussy cut. So Shelley Gardner taught me that you're supposed to move the paper and not the scissors, all right? I watched her fussy cut on on stage once, and that was her trick, is moving the paper and not moving the scissors. So again, I can't see that right there because my leaf is in the way. So let's see if I can get in there. There it is. Okay. I like to leave a little bit of a white border all the way around. There's a little fly. All right, get out of my way. Leave a little white border all the way around. Hang on, there's a little scrap right there. Okay, so we're just working our way around. It's not the worst thing to fussy cut, you guys. I know Cheryl Gramlich was asking, are there dies for this set, you guys? Unfortunately, there are no dies. So you have to get the old-fashioned scissors out and work your way around. I'll come back and get that middle section in a moment. Like that. Okay, and then we're going to work our way in here. And get this little section, and unfortunately, like, there's another one that uses the dogwood again that needs fussy cutting, but it's okay, you guys. There are worse things that you'd have to cut, and I know if you might at home not use this set, you could potentially find one that has a die that goes with yours. If you have something that would be easier, go for it. Almost there, though. I'll tell you, though, I would not want to cut out 100 of these. It's a softer look. I definitely agree, Polly, with blender pens. It's softer than using markers. I 110% agree. All right, and then almost done. Just down there and add an angle. Whew, okay. All right, so that's ready to go. All right, let's flip this back out and let's see what we have. So then the other thing that we're doing is plugging this in so that we don't go dead later in life. Okay, the hello. And let's see here. The hello does get a little bit of cutting action on this side. When you put this like this, you want got this like that, and it's like this. So the way I stamped it, actually, I don't need to do any cutting here. But if you ended up stamping and you want a shorter sentiment strip, you might end up just cutting a little bit off the edge here. Like, I don't want to see the sentiment on that side of it. So what I'm going to do is put a little bit of glue on this leaf here, right like that. And because I have my sample card here, I'm able to actually put this down and then set this, and it's going to go right about that. So I'm going to pick that up with the glue like that. And the way I put that on here, I do have a little hanging over here. So all you have to do, if you do have that like that, is just take your scissors and trim that little edge off. Okay. And then I want to put a dimensional on, one moment. Don't forget to do your angling if you like that look. Just angle that slightly. And then I've got a couple dimensionals there. And then I also want dimensionals for my flower up here. And then I like the thought of having this flat over here, right there. And then this will get adhered right to the front of our card where you want to see it. I'm going to go right there with it. All right, and then a glue dot is in order. For attaching our little bit of ribbon on. Put that right there. And then grab your ribbon scissors. Again, now that the ribbon's on the card, I'm going to go ahead and angle my tails slightly like that. And then you should have your 3 petal pink gems. I would put the big and the small one together, and then if you've got a big one or a small one left, put it off to the left-hand side here. And that will go here. Now, these gems don't stick. We talked about this in the last class. They like to fall off. So I just barely set them on here. It's not enough. Like if I leave this card like this, they'll just eventually drop off. So you do want to press down when you have these gems. There's something with these gems that the adhesive really needs a moment to stick to the paper for them to stay. All right. Now, I don't think we Stella anything, but you could always, if you want, go over your flower with Stella. I mean, you've already blended it, but to go lightly with your Stella pen back over this, I don't think would hurt anything. And then you could get your petals Stellaed, and then make sure you wipe it off. And if you want to do your green peacock leaves, you could definitely do that. You could also use your Stella pen to dip in to the block here to color your petal peak leaf, your petal pink and peacock are messing me up. Your pretty peacock leaves. I keep saying petal peacock. And yeah, all right. So there. Let's just leave this one and say it's good to go. I love the pecan with the pretty peacock. Love, 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 L-O-V-E, love. So pretty. And I love those little dots along the bottom. It just adds a little bit. And you guys could stamp whatever you wanted to. So there we have it. There's a second card. We'll move into our last card, which is very similar, but slightly different. It features the peacock again. And just be careful opening that. We've got that back in there backwards for you. All right. So this one's a little more soft and delicate. We made it a gatefold. You'll have your 3 little peacock gems in there. You have a piece here for your dogwood. And then you have a vellum that you're going to stamp with StazOn ink. So you can't use a water-based memento pad with vellum. It will smear. So we definitely need to use the StazOn with that. The dogwood, though, we actually stamped that in espresso. So I'm actually going to take a moment here and just clean the dogwood. I'm going to clean that. The hello you called. Is it me you're looking for? And then we'll get that guy cleaned. All right. So we do need the memento, espresso. And I don't know if I have it. Let me grab it real quick. Got an espresso right here for the dogwood. And then the inside, thanks Barbara. The inside we have the dragonfly. So I'm so excited. This set has a little baby dragonfly in it, right there. And we're gonna stamp that in Lost Lagoon. You could use peacock as well, whichever you want. So we've got, this goes matting there. You've got your 2 pieces of this. You should have a ribbon in your kit. Ribbit. And then grab the Lost Lagoon dragonfly. Now if you use other sentiments, you could stamp your sentiments however you want, but I'm just going to put this up here like that for now. That's it for Lost Lagoon. And then we need espresso. The espresso is for the dogwood. This guy. Whoa. Okay, that's good. Just got re-inked, I think. And then we're done with the espresso. And then for the StazOn, we need hello. Now, when you open up the StazOn ink, you have to smell it. You see, I'm smelling it. Oh, it smells like almond extract. I love it. I love almond extract, you guys. And so it makes me really happy that the ink pad smells like almond extract. And so anytime I open up the StazOn, you think it's crazy. I know. I gotta smell the ink pad. All right. I just inked up with Memento, or I'm sorry, StazOn. You gotta get it really good. You don't get another shot. You get one shot in the night here. So ink up good, and you're stamping it in the bottom right-hand corner. Let that ink transfer to the vellum. Shut your ink pad right away because it is permanent ink. It will dry out faster. There are re-inkers for this as well. StazOn black. There's jet black. StazOn re-inker. That is a glue dot I can use. I'm just letting this marinate. Like, just let it be. Smells like baking. Yes. Oh, like cherry, like chocolate covered cherries. Almond spritz cookies. Yeah, it just makes me happy to smell this ink pad. Are you guys, I'm really working this because I don't want to redo it on another piece of vellum. So there it is. So give it a second so that it can dry. And then what you need though is some StazOn cleaner here. So I'm grabbing, they sell this in the catalog as well. It's called StazOn Remover and StazOn Cleaner. And because if you would go right to your chamois, like this is permanent ink, it's gonna stain it. So I like to use that. And then I honestly will use a paper towel just to help blot this up to get some of that ink off of there. And then I'll go back into my chamois to clean it the rest of the way. At this point, my chamois is full of ink anyways, but now it's really coming clean and it doesn't hurt to get some StazOn Remover in your chamois. It's all good. So you just want to make sure you get that off of there soon. Otherwise it will stain it black until you can use a cleaner on it. All right, so that's StazOn. Stampin' Up! Also has a brown one. It's called Saddle Brown. So you could definitely get both colors if you like a neutral color and then the black cool color. All right, coloring. We need our espresso, which is in this one. So let's grab espresso for our chunk. We are going to use the peacock for our stems. We need yellow, and then we did the same colors. We actually did cherry cobbler, so balmy blue goes back in here. I believe garden green is here. We did do cherry cobbler and flirty flamingo. Again, not flirty, calypso. Let's see here where calypso is. We went light, 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 light. So yellow is easy. Just do a little yellow, very soft in the middle of that. And down in here, some yellow. Espresso's another easy one. Even though it's vanilla in the pistachio torte. Yeah, yep, that's so true, Diane. I always thought my mom put vanilla, almond extract in the pistachio torte, so I got Diane putting almond extract in the pistachio torte, but my mom just uses a lot of vanilla, and I'm like, huh, it needs to have almond extract in there. So this coral, just go even lighter with it. Here, I'll zoom in a bit so you guys can see. Just really light. I'm hardly adding any color with the Calypso coral, but it's a nice soft pink. And then we're gonna do a little bit of pink here. And then you guys in the camera, you probably can't even see the color that I'm adding to it. It's so soft. The harder you press, the more color you get, and also the more odds you're gonna break the tip of the colored pencil. So I'm just hardly putting any pressure. Now, cherry cobbler, same thing. Very, very light. The harder you press, the more color you're gonna get. And just a little bit here. All right, so you can see it's really soft. That you want this one really delicate looking. Look at some on that. And then, so what's really cool about this glass mat is when you're coloring with colored pencils, it's completely smooth. You don't have any grain to anything underneath that's potentially causing your pencil marks to look scraggly, I guess you could say. All right, so grab that blender pen. Oh, there's peacock in there. So let's flip to the other side and use this one and soften this out. I'm not even gonna bother going over the yellow, I don't think. Just let it be. It's such a small area. So there are two sides to this marker. You saw I had peacock on that one side, so I'm letting it be. So the flowers look good to me. So if you don't have StazOn, could you use the hello on the cardstock under the vellum? Yes. You could, what she's asking is, can you stamp memento on this one? And will you see it through? Vaguely. I feel like you would see it, but very, very softly. How can I show you? Here, I'm going to put vellum over the top of this. And so you can see, you would still be able to see it. So if you stamped StazOn on this Lost Lagoon piece, and then you put the vellum over the top, you would see it, but it would be just fainter, right? It would definitely be fainter, but I think it would work, absolutely. Okay, so back to our peacock here, and we want to grab the side that had the peacock so that, there it is, really soft now with these as well. See, it's really sharp when you first start it, so I'm trying to get softer. I definitely put too much ink on the block, but that's okay. So don't forget, if you have an ink pad and you have a blender pen, you can pretty much color anything you want. Okay. This little guy right here. Very soft. You can do heavier and you can do lighter, whatever you want. You can make it two-tone as well. You could run the dark through the veins and then do lighter around the edges. And don't forget that little leaf. I wonder if I forgot that leaf. Nope, I got it. Okay. Perfect. I'm good with that. It's very soft, very soothing coloring. Get that peacock out of there so that if you go to use this the next time, you don't get peacock in anything. All right. Diane, I should leave that for you. That all you'd have to do is add water to that for tomorrow. All right, Diane's got this class in person tomorrow. So that can go away. That can go away. And then Cherry Cobbler must go over here. All right, so what can we do to put anything together? Let's get glue happy for a moment. This and these and these. Again, dry fitting things we talked about would be good. So you could always line this up here to make sure that fits good. And like in this case, you'd be like, oh, maybe I want a little bit less on this side. So you could always trim off a hair on the one side. Before you put glue on, it would definitely help to like dry fit it. Maybe stamp the hello on a small piece of white and put it under the vellum. Yeah, you could do that, or you could even add a label. So let's say you just cut yourself a piece of white, kind of like on the last card. You could add a piece of white and have them come out. You still could leave the vellum around the edges. It's very soft. All right, we have these two, we have this, we have that. So let's get these glued together. So that, and that. Our little lovebirds are gonna get covered up. And there's really no pattern to the, like direction to this pattern paper. So I don't think it matters which is the top and which is the bottom. And we don't have it that they match for you guys either. Like we didn't keep your two pieces connected because it looks like mine aren't, and you wouldn't know that they're not matched up. And then this goes right on here. like that. And then we can glue this Lost Lagoon onto here. Like that. And I think I should have done my dry fit, you guys. You're laughing with me, right? I'm gonna trim off a hair. I'm not gonna even measure it. I'm just gonna be like, oh, a little bit, like that. And a hair on this side, like that. That means I get a little bit more of the Lost Lagoon showing on the back here. Like that is good. All right. Then nice. Then that's gonna get, I don't know if I bone folded these before, but I'm gonna do it one more time here. Oh, Vonda said, good to know about the stays on and the vellum. Good, good, good. Yeah, so now it's dry, but had you used Memento, it would smear. All right, so this is going to get glued on the inside. And just like that. All right, and then I'm gonna pop these up, and I'm gonna put 3 across the top here, and then I'm gonna put 3 across right there, like that. And just center that on the card, top to bottom, left to right. Like so. All right. The vellum will eventually go here. And what I'm going to do is use tear and tape. And I'm just to get it down for the moment. I know that my flower covers up right there. So I would be safe putting my tear and tape right there. But I'm not going to put any adhesive anywhere else at the moment. I'm just gonna let this do the work right there, because you can see where the tear and tape is. You can kind of see it's right there. All right, you guys get to help me cut out one more dogwood here. And it's always good to get that white. So I always scratch my blender pen around the edges if I can, so it looks really messy until you get it cut off, and then it looks good. But the flirty and the cherry go really well with the peacock on these cards. So let's go up here. Get that out of the way. Come in here. So you don't have to go all the way in here to get this if you don't want, but I like to try to cut as much as I can around the flower. Like that. So did anybody watch the Packer game on Saturday? I was sad. A lot of people around here were sad. They lost by like, what, 3 points or something? Or was it 4 points? Like at one point they missed their field goal right at the end. And then San Francisco got the ball back and they got a touchdown. So they would have been tie, I think. So there was only a 3-point difference if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, everybody was sad about that here on Saturday and over the weekend. But I only watched like the last quarter, so I actually only saw the end of the game. So almost done with this. So now we can get on to other things, right, in our life. Back to stamping. Oh yeah. I think that's the only part of the Packer game that I've watched this entire season was the fourth quarter on Saturday night. All right, almost done here. And then what we're gonna do is adhere this to the front of the card. I heard a cat come in here. Yes, honey, I see you, girlfriend. You can come over here, say hi to everybody. She played fetch with us this morning while we're designing cards. She probably got that mouse about 20 times. She brings it back, and we have to throw it, and she leaves it at our feet. Have you guys ever met a cat that plays fetch? All right, so there's that. All right, I can say I'm done fussy cutting for the moment. You can see this is curling up a little bit. That's okay. Now I have to root for the Lions. Yes, go Lions. All right, we're going to pop this up with dimensionals. So let's go over here and grab that and a flower over here and this one. And I think what we'll do, instead of using, I don't like to use liquid glue on vellum very much because the vellum gets warped more. So I'm going to take, I have a glue dot right here actually. We're going to take this glue dot and this gets put down, oh my goodness, right on here like that. All right. And we have the little 4 inches of ribbon again. And we can make an overhand knot again. Same thing as the last card. So they're similar, these two cards, but they're different enough. All right. So there's our little overhand knot. Grab a glue dot. Let's put that right in that same spot. Put that down. Grab that ribbon scissors. Banner those little, or trim those tails at an angle. And now our gems are going to help us to adhere more of the vellum down. So grab your 3 gems, and I would put the 2 opposite sizes, like here's the big one, and then I got a big and a small that can go on this side. And then put, oh, this guy's hiding underneath here. Look at that. See, he moves. It's like a gem that moves all over the place. All right, and then that last one. So if you either have another big or another small, that can go down here on that left corner. All right, now that our gems are placed, now is where we could actually use a glue. I would say again, a glue dot. I don't like to use liquid glue on vellum. So I'm gonna take this glue dot and I'm gonna put it right underneath where my big gem is. So I put it underneath where that gem is. You don't need to do both, but by putting that where that big gem is, I think I did it on this one. Oh, I didn't even do it on that one. It hides the glue dot. So we're gonna put it on this one too, right there. It hides it so you don't see it. And so now we've got it held down here and we've got it held down here. And the fact that it's not held down here, it's okay. Like, it's not going anywhere. You've got a nice glue dot here, you've got tear and tape here. The vellum's not coming off the card at all. So there we have it. I think what we could do is Stella over our dogwood. You can see I colored these slightly different. This one I have a little bit more darkness all around, and that one is a little softer and lighter, but I think I actually prefer this one, having a little bit more darkness to it. Like the colors stand out more. And you could add a little bit of Stella. That'll help your colors blend together. And I'm going to skip doing the leaves. All right. Whew, we got it. Let's bring in the cards that we made just now. Those 2. They're all horizontal. Look at that. Perfect. There it is. Okay. What's your favorite? So we've got a little gatefold going on here. Little dragonfly on the inside. I don't know. I like both of these. This one's good too. It's just like a different kind of a layout. We like to, if we could have, we would have used this stamp for all 3 of them, but there was a focal stamp right here that we definitely wanted to pull in for that and just make sure we got it used. Yeah, all good. You guys got to do some splattering. You guys got to use some stays on ink so that you got to experience that. Couple different sets got pulled in. You guys got to experience a lot of the sale-a-bration products here between the Dogwood, the designer paper, and the embossing folder, and the 4 different sale-a-bration products. Do I email the scavenger hunt game to me? So Judy, it's up to you. I am very happy to report out that I received scavenger hunts from, I'm not going to show you answers. I got Judy Sharp here. I've got Janice Ormiston and Karen Cotton. The 3 of those lovely ladies mailed me theirs. Connie Moore sent hers via email. So your call. If you send it via email, I need to send it and forward it to my gal who prints it for me. And if you send it via mail, I can take it and put it right into my binder and I've got it done. So it just depends If it's easy enough for you to mail it to me and put a stamp on your envelope and send it in, I'd love that. But if you want to email it to me because that's easier for you, you can do that too. Whatever you want. Whatever you want. Fran says the peacock is her favorite. You guys are liking. Try embossing the vellum. Oh my gosh, Judy Boo Boo. You want to see the embossed vellum. It is super cool. Hang on. Embossing on vellum is amazing. We did it on this card right here. So when you open this one up, this is vellum here on the sides. We embossed that with the painted texture embossing folder. So cool. I'm trying to get it so the light, you guys can see it's in person. It's so much cooler. So that's vellum embossed there. We also embossed vellum for you guys on this card. Super cool. I'm seeing that you have to be careful. So that's, this background here is vellum embossed with that flowery embossing folder. Very cool. You have to be careful when you emboss with something really thick though, because sometimes it causes it to just crack a little bit, and that's okay. All right, so yes, embossing on vellum is super, super cool. Debbie's still working on the scavenger hunt and punch cards, no problem. So I'm going to sneak that guy right back in there. All right, good deal. Gorgeous cards today. Can hardly wait for your Dogwood set to arrive. Yay, Sherry says love them all. All because they are all so different. Great. Yay, I'm happy to hear that. Yay, yay, yay. Can't choose. All right. I like the enjoy card. Oh, good. I'm glad you like that one, Laura. Very nice. Okay. So, do you guys have any questions about what we did on any of the cards? At the moment. Oh, Lisa likes the pecan one. Good. But they're all good. I like when you guys like them all. That makes me happy. Cindy Ford got here late, but you can catch the replay. You're so accurate. You betcha. I'm going to get these cleaned up, and we're going to do a little random number generator to see who the winner of the door prize is for today. All right, let's get this put away and make a little room for ourselves to do a little random number generator. I already wrote down the numbers to see how many we have for people who placed orders to get the class for free. I can put my colored pencil back over here. All right, so we had, let me tell you how many. The magic number is 12. We had 12 people place orders to get the class for free. So I'm gonna grab my phone. The first one is so soft. I definitely agree. So Nancy, yes, there is a PDF. And actually, Emily just sent me money for it. So Emily, I just saw that come through. I will email it to you. For the PDF for this class, you guys, I do not put it in my online store. I only put 4 card classes in my online store. So like the sweet classes, the ink, paper, scissors, the fun folds. Did you also see the message I sent you? Yes, Nancy, I did. The question that you had, so back to the PDF, yes, this PDF is $8 if anybody does want it. It is available. Just email me, text me, message me. Sending $8 is perfect, and then I will just email the PDF to you. Nancy said, when you get a moment, can you tell me where the for the camera stand? It's Akron, Akron. I got it off of Amazon. So if you just search Akron phone stands with tablet on Amazon, that is where you can find what the phone stand is. And it's got a spot for a phone up here and a tablet there. So Akron is the brand, Akron. So search for that one on Amazon. Okay, so let's pull up the random number generator. I said that there were 12. So let's pull in 12 here real quick. 1, 2. Buckle my shoe. Let's flip the phone down so you guys can see the word generate. I'm going to click it, and when I click it, it's going to say a number. 2 scoops of Raisin Bran. All right, 2 scoops goes to, let's just stamp number 2 is Debbie Gast. Very, very good. Debbie Gast has a little prize coming. I love it. So we have here Debbie Gast. I'm going to circle your name. Very, very good. All right. So how the door prizes work is when you place an order to get the class for free, you get your name in for the drawing, and then I have my products that are retired usually. So Nancy, You can use an email as an invoice if you want an invoice. That's if an invoice for, are you talking the PDF? So if you're looking for an invoice, you guys, I use emails as invoices. If you really want to, you can an invoice. So send me an email and I'll reply back for how much to send. Like you can just say, please send me $8, whatever. And then you can use your email as an invoice. All right. It'll have my name on it and it'll have the amount and it'll have the date on it. And those are all the key pieces of information for an invoice. So I would say, Nancy, send me an email and say what you would like. And I'll reply back with what to send. And then once payment is sent, I say I can confirm that payment is sent and then include the PDF. So yes, I would definitely say you could go that route with it. So, so the door prize, Debbie, I'll pick something from my stash. When I close my workshops, I get host rewards, and I use those host rewards to buy products to use for the kitting of my classes, and then I have leftovers. And so you guys, one of the things that I'm going to be doing is I have stuff that isn't as current as it has been. I'm actually going through my craft room and I'm finding lots of things that are unopened packages of ribbon or designer paper or embellishments. And you can definitely, you're going to be knowing that you're going to get some blasts from the past potentially for door prizes. So all good though. Pretty stuff though, right? That we can use in our card making. Yes, Debbie, it is your lucky week. You not only won the board, I think, then you won the door prize. So yay. Awesome. And you have your technique class with Rose. You guys, so Debbie cashed in her host rewards. She got $75 of host rewards and a half off item. So yes, Debbie, it's your last, that's been amazing. So speaking of Rose and the technique class, you guys, Rose is teaching class tomorrow at 1:30 Central Standard Time. So 12:30 Mountain Time or 2:30 Eastern. So she's doing the technique class featuring the Be My Valentine bundle. And I have 2 left for that class. So if anybody's going into this week and you're looking for that class, kit it up, just know I have 2 left for it if you want to get in on it. I also have a Light the Sky left from December. So you could retroactivate your club kind of membership and start in December. I might even have a November. So that class is free with a $50 order. So you're going to watch Rose tomorrow if you want for class tomorrow. And then I'll be back on Wednesday night. Honey, look at you guys. She brought me the toy. She dropped this at my feet. This is her possum. Yep, let's go like this so you guys can see her possum. It is like falling apart, but like this is her favorite toy in the whole wide world. You can see it's definitely love. This is Mr. Possum. And she goes and gets it. You guys might see her come back with it. So yeah, all right. So yes, Nancy said okay. So yes, Nancy, send me an email and we'll work on the PDF for you. And then Debbie, big winner, yay, I love it. So I was going to show you guys the cards though for Wednesday. Let's just see if I have them handy. I'm going to go grab them really quick, you guys, so I can show you what we're making on Wednesday night. I have lots of this class left. I probably have 15 left at this point for this class in case. And also Rose is also hitting this class up for those of you who are in Canada. So you have a little book card and you have this one. Hi, Karen Woods. And then we've got 2 pocket cards. One includes the seed packet and one includes a little card for the pocket. All right, so this is what we have coming up on Wednesday night, you guys. I have plenty of this class left. If you look back here, oh man, you can hardly see it. I have a stack of Happy Mails. You guys, Happy Mails, just a reminder, the Happy Mail. I have 3 paper pumpkins for the month of January available, I believe, at the moment. And then ink, paper, scissors, you guys, I was out, and then I think I had about 4 people sign up, and we're making 8 more. So potentially have 1 or 2, maybe 3 more of ink, paper, scissors featuring painted lavender if you still want to get in on that, you guys. And just a reminder about emails. I know I spent a lot of time in them early last week and then occasionally getting through as much as I can. But if you've sent me an email in the last week, I'm going to be working on them again tonight. So awesome. Once I get a little bit more designing under the belt. So, okay. Yay. I didn't see her run back here, you guys. She kind of like proved me wrong. I don't know where it went, but she didn't bring it back to me. All right. We did good, you guys. We kept class under 2 hours. We made 3 beautiful cards. Hopefully you guys got some laughing in and some happy times in. Ruth said, could I get the PDF as well? I'm on my charge. Yes. Perfect, Ruth. Sending me an email is perfect. I'm going to sign off and I can catch your email like very soon. And the same with Nancy, you guys. I'll catch your email soon. All right. Well, I'm going to sign off, you guys, and say lots of sunshine, love, and big hugs to you. I might see you tonight if we have the opportunity to do Sale-a-bration board number 5 drawing. You guys can watch for that. I will do that. I don't know if I do it on Facebook or if I do it on YouTube. It's one or the other. So I think it's YouTube. I feel like I did Facebook for the other one. So we'll have to see. Wherever I go to is where I'll do that one. But yeah, all right, you guys, lots of sunshine, love, and big hugs to you. We will see you later. I'm going to count to 10 just in case it ends early. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.